Hello everybody and welcome to the Hardcore Ironman, where we plan on keeping it that way. I'm Dirty Bob and this is Ironman. Starting off like everybody else, we're going to Tutorial Island and picking a name only reserved for absolute champions, Dirty Bobby. Now, this is something I and many people actually take for granted quite often. I start an account and make myself look like a bot, which is a huge oversight. Like, come on, make yourself look fancy. What are you doing? Get a little flavor in there, make it spicy. But other than that, I'd say we've got ourselves one handsome looking fella. Now that we're looking fancy as can be, here's the game plan. So it's gonna be tutorial only Ironman. Tutorial Island has a lot of things that you can get from it, and a lot of people don't really know that you can get all the way up to level 3 in any one of the skills that you're trying to train. So that's what we're gonna do. Cooking is next on this absolutely massive grind, and we're actually able to achieve it in half an inventory of shrimp. Now we're on to the two skills that don't really count as skills in any other game but this one: fire making and wood cutting. Now I know you guys are probably going to be asking me, you just got 3 cooking, you're already maxed for your area, what are you doing with some bread? Combat training. This is when I had it in my head that I was going to be able to get as much bread as I could to be able to fight the rats. And it's totally not a bad plan, but something gets in our way a little later, and I'll show you guys in just a minute. But quick side note, level 3 cooking, we burn like every single bread, come on! The next major challenge in our way is the mining grind, which quickly comes to a close because on our way to the mining grind we start the smithing grind as well, and that's actually going to get us level 3 smithing in the bag before we move on to the next area. The next area is the combat arena, and I have to say this is the saddest 20 seconds of my life. The tutorial only account has failed. I cannot get level 3 before moving on, so we need to find something easier. Screw it, let's go be a hardcore Ironman. Also, I just want to point out, they really tell you not to do this in a YouTube school, but I did it anyway. A damn near 3-minute intro. So I'm gonna go ahead and be starting off with fishing, pretty much like I do with every account that I have. And this is just the easiest one you can do to sit back and chill for about 30 minutes until you unlock your first teleport to Taverley. After I get a full inventory, I'm just going to go ahead and walk them all the way up to the Lumbridge Castle. And we have free logs here, so you just go ahead, light a fire, and get to cooking. We got a full inventory of shrimp, and cooking them all down, that'll end up with 6 cooking. And also, from any of the logs that are left over here, we're going to be doing fire making as well, so just light them on fire, and that gets us all the way up to level 5. So after grinding for about an hour or two, we were able to get 15 fishing, which unlocks our first teleport of the account to Port Kazarad. And in addition, we got 16 fire making and 20 cooking too. So clearly, as a level 3 hardcore Ironman account, there's only one option for you to start your account off right, and that's to chance it in the Strongholder's security. So I think this right here is when the account really sets in for you when you start it. I didn't even really think this was gonna be a chance or anything like that, but here we are making my butt pucker. I'd say this right here is probably the worst part of a brand new account, or even a Ironman account with limited teleports. No run energy. Okay, so we're making our way downtown. Walking fast, faces past, and we're homebound. So I had totally built myself up for this moment right here, thinking this was gonna be the big one. Nope, easy. With the only real choice of boot in our inventory safe and sound, I say we can finally start this account off right. But instead of doing something smart like that, we're actually just going to blow all our money at the fishing trawler. In under 10 games, we've gotten 2 trawler pieces. Give me that hardcore spoon, everybody. But at the same time, we have no money. But hey, with all of the fish caught at the fishing trawler, we were able to pull out 27 cooking too. I just want to go ahead and take a second to appreciate the Easter event real quick. Now, Jagex does this for pretty much every holiday, and no, this one doesn't necessarily have like must-have collectibles like the birthday event outfit, or, you know, it doesn't really get you a bunch of money like the Christmas event, but it is actually still a really fun event which you guys should probably give a try. And also, it gives you this really awesome Easter basket, and it makes you skip everywhere. First quest on the hardcore, and it's gonna be sheep shear. We get a crafting level out of it as well, bringing us all the way up to 4 crafting. And here's what everyone's first quest pretty much should be: cook's assistant in the bag. Bouncing around back and forth, we're actually starting up on the mining grind, and interrupted by our absolutely favorite quizmaster. And because I'm an Ironman now, I'm actually gonna choose the money. Grinding all the way down to 15 mining, and we're actually able to start moving on to for rock for some iron ore. Freaking rats. Sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled mining grind, but we just completed Rune Mysteries. And not only that, we got ourselves a beginner clue scroll. We picked up a full inventory of rune essence because we were on the way to Falador anyway, so I figured I'd make us a couple of air runes. And honestly, air runes seem like a very, very easy grind that we might actually undertake. Here we go, 1-step casket, give me that spoon. But let's go ahead and open it up and see if we can't get anything important. We're looking for, well, law runes mainly. Perfect. Unique on the very first casket. We seriously need to make a unique in RuneScape. It's called the Silver Spoon, and you can hang it in your house as long as you've gone under drop rate for whatever you're looking for. I'm sure someone can make that sound like a good idea in the comments. While we're out in Falador, we might as well buy ourselves a new pick to keep things going. The bronze pick doesn't exactly help anything. Thinking real hard about actually doing some rune crafting, and we pulled out 21 mining. So totally sick of getting smacked around because I'm basically a skiller, and the skiller dream is all but died now because we're 10 attack, defense, and 10 strength, with some cowhides in the bank too. Probably gonna be some crafting experience. Let's cut some trees behind Lumbridge to get 24 woodcutting and 10 fletching. Well, we're chopping, so we might as well get to burning too. And up to 30 for willow logs. Always love when someone wants to come out of literally nowhere and help you skill by skilling on the trees that you're skilling on. I mean, honestly, does anyone in this game know how to world hop? But hey, in the meantime, we were actually able to get 23 fletching. And we were also able to pull out 38 woodcutting during our fletching grind. Moving on to bigger fish to fry, that's willow logs. And the fact that we just trained our combat level really helps around all of these dark wizards. With a long grind all but behind us, we've got enough logs now so that way we can get to 50 fire making. And that's exactly what we're gonna do, because at level 50 fire making, that unlocks every Ironman's wet dream, which is Wintertide, the most overpowered Ironman tool you can find. Now that Wintertide is currently in the bag and all we have to do is worry about warm clothing, we're gonna start on working towards Tempros, the newest boss. It's kind of like a Wintertide analog, but basically it's gonna be my food supply. And here we go, 2 very important levels coming in. 34 meaning we can actually wear the angler's outfit, and 35 meaning we can unlock Tempros. And our food supply, honestly, we may even be able to get some rune armor off of him too, so plus. After that, we gotta sell our haul of fish, of course, and unlike the shrimp, which we absolutely should have sold because I'm really not going to be able to use shrimp for very long, or really at all. They're not useful to me right now. But let's see how much money we can get for all the shrimp or all the fish we got. Done and overselling everything, and we're walking away with just a little bit over 2K. Not exactly a giant haul, but you know what? I'm proud of it. I mean, freak, it's hard to get money as an Ironman. Look at what we got here. Jagex's new installment, that's Shooting Stars. They're not exactly lucrative for experience, but what we're looking for here is the Crushed Stardust. It's actually pretty good for recoloring the Prospector outfit, and you can also get a Celestial Ring that lets you get double ore whenever you're mining. And pulling in a 26 mining level at the exact same time, might as well go for it, especially if it's right outside the bank. You guys probably could have guessed from the shooting star, but our next grind is actually going to be unlocking Motherlode Mine. It's another one of those things like Temperos or Wintertide. It's going to be supplying pretty much all of our ores, and it's the absolute easiest place to get coal in the entire game. After mining, of course, comes smithing, and this is something we really need to get out of the way. It's pretty necessary for us to create our own armor as an Ironman, or at the very least earn armor ourselves, and most of the time that requires a weapon or some sort of armor that you can actually kill something with. So that's what we're working on. Also, we actually just had to smelt all this bronze before we could smelt any of the iron stuff that we just got. So we're working on our smithing level, which is 13 right now. We're working towards 15. To finally push us over that smithing edge, we had to smith a few things into bronze arrow tips, which got us all the way up to 15 smithing. Smelting all of the iron from our 30 mining grind, we are actually able to get all the way up to level 19 smithing. After getting everything all smelted up, it's time to smith them, and I chose arrowhead tips, but you probably could have done something like, I don't know, nails or something to get yourself all the way up to 24 smithing. But other than that, I think I'll be able to use the ammunition that I have, and if I don't, oh well, maybe I'll sell it. There's one more overlooked early game necessity that you absolutely have to do, and that's getting 9 Slayer and Hunter for basically free at the Varrock Museum. So now, it's time to craft up all of these arrows to get 27 fletching to end it all off, and truthfully, I just need some feathers. So we're gonna be going on a chicken killing spree very, very soon, and you'll probably see that in the next episode. Alright everybody, I figured I'd go over what we did today. So as a hardcore Ironman, I have no supplies, but by unlocking Wintertide, Temperos, and the Motherlode Mine, I'm able to give us herbs and little things for skilling at Wintertide, a fresh food supply, and probably 99 cooking at Temperos. And when we're looking at Motherlode Mine, it's going to be everything that we can smith for ourselves and high elk if we really need to. Oh hey, thanks for showing up you guys. I appreciate you making it to the very end of the video. And if you liked what I did, give it a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you next time.